Good morning, it's good to see you. Sometimes when I ask people what their hopes, dreams, aspirations in life are, they have a very, very good idea about what they want to go after or pursue. Many say they're just waiting for one or two more pieces of the puzzle to fall into place for them to get going. And while there are restrictions at times preventing us to get to where we want to be or following our passions immediately, I wonder if we run the risk sometimes of delaying them for so long that we never actually get there. You meet first-time travellers on the road and I've noticed something. The happiest ones aren't the ones who had everything sorted before they left. They're the ones who just went anyway. I met a guy in Nepal who started travelling in his 60s, said he spent the last 20 years waiting for the right time to start his travels. Apparently, the right time was when he was prepared to get the courage to walk out the door and just do it. He said, I thought I needed all my ducks in a row when all I needed was just a bit of nerve. And that's it, really. Not a full personality transplant, not some huge reinvention, just a moment where you stop negotiating with yourself and move. The problem is, most people think a dream life has to be this massive all or nothing thing. Sell everything, quit the job, move overseas, become someone completely different. But that's not how it works. That's the fantasy version. The real version is much quieter. It's taking a step, then another. Booking a trip you've been putting off, taking an extra week instead of a long weekend. Working remotely for a bit, even if it's messy. Choosing experiences over stuff, even when it feels slightly irresponsible. It doesn't look impressive at first, but it changes you. And here's where it gets a bit uncomfortable. A lot of people aren't stuck because they can't change. They're stuck because they've built a life that rewards staying exactly where they are. I thought I'd take a bit of a walk along the South Perth foreshore today, and KP has been very generous in giving me some of her time. KP, are you from Australia?
Yeah.
What's your dreams, KP? What are your aspirations? What do you want in life?
Well, I'm right now studying occupational therapy at Curtin. So my dream is to take care of people, just be helpful and stuff.
Are you studying now?
Yes, I am. I've got 2 more years left, and I really enjoy it. And I'm also doing modelling on the side, which I really love doing as well.
Oh, the modelling as well?
Yeah.
Are you getting a bit of work as well with the modelling?
Yeah. I work at a jewellery store, and I've got rings on everything. Yeah.
You're really busy.
Yeah.
Can I ask you how old you are?
I'm 21.
21.
Yeah.
Where would you like to see yourself in 10 years, KP?
Oh, 10 years? I'd say probably married, hopefully by then, have my own house, my own place, and just, be free more. Have the uni weight off my shoulders and just be a bit more free and have my own time and space. Do you really want to travel?
Yeah.
I really want to go explore Europe, like Spain, Croatia, Greece, mostly Europe, and Thailand. I want to go to Thailand as well. Yeah. I reckon that's all gonna come after uni though, because right now my main goal is to get done with uni and be a bit more stable, and then do whatever I want without worrying about uni and all that kind of stuff.
KB, thanks so much for stopping and having a chat. It's really generous of you.
No, it's fine. Thank you so much.
I wonder if there are people like myself who had these aspirations and these ideas and these dreams, but they kept putting them off or weren't prepared to do what was required to attain them. I got to the point where I just got so sick of myself. I got fed up with myself, having all this desire and want to do this thing, to be a full-time traveller, but really, really annoyed with myself and really sick of myself for not putting the things in place so that I could do it. In my case, I had to work for quite a while before there was any sort of remuneration or money coming back to sustain the lifestyle that I've got now. And I wonder also if that's not a bad catalyst. You just get so fed up. You see the finishing line, particularly as you get older, you see the finishing line approaching and you think, I still haven't done this. I still haven't got a plan in place to do it, and it's time to move. I've sat there, I've laid there at night, or, just completely annoyed with myself. It's another day that's gone by and I haven't done what I need to do to reach the life that I want, Nadia has been good enough as well to let me ask her a couple of questions. Nadia, you're from Perth?
Yeah, I am. I live in Melbourne now, but I'm here to visit friends and family. But yeah, just some visiting for a short time.
Sure. Can I ask what you do?
I'm in beauty, so yeah, I've got a little beauty salon in Melbourne.
Oh, do you?
And yeah, doing luxury manicures.
Is it a bit like hairstylists where people just dump their problems on you and tell you to...
They really do. But with beauty where I work, it's more of a one-on-one type of service. So I guess it's on another level because at a hair salon, you know, there's a lot of people around. So they still do dump, but well, what I do, I guess, is more of a one-on-one service.
More intimate,
so it's
maybe.
A double dump.
It's a double dump. Can I ask, where would you like to see yourself in 10 years, Nadia?
10 years, my goodness. I never think that far ahead, but I used to. But I'll probably say in 10 years, taking care of being able to be in a situation where I'm able to help my friends and family. To be able to, I guess, travel and take my friends and family too as well.
Is there anywhere in particular you'd like to travel to? Can I ask your heritage?
I've traveled the world. It's more, you know, for me in 10 years time, it's not about me. In 10 years time, I want to take care of my family and friends on a level they weren't able to do for themselves. So that's my aim in life, not so much for myself, but to be able to get to a point that I can just take care of my whole family and friends.
That's really quite noble. Level. Can I ask what your heritage is, Nadia?
My family are Iranian, Persian. I was born in Emirates, but I've lived in Australia for for over 30 years.
Nice one, Nadia. Thank you.
Thank you.
I met a couple in Bali, late 50s, maybe early 60s. They weren't wealthy, not even close, but they'd figured out how to spend a few months each year travelling slowly. Nothing flashy, just staying in cheap guest houses, local food. They told me the same thing almost everyone says eventually. We wish we'd started earlier. Not because they couldn't do it now, but because they realised how many years they spent waiting for a version of life that never quite arrived. And that's the real cost of waiting. It's not just time, it's energy, it's options. It's the version of you that would have been a bit braver, a bit more open, a bit more alive, if you'd started sooner.
One thing that bugs me a little bit is society seems to allocate a certain value to people's aspirations or dreams. If some people, if they're being told that a person's aspiration is to have a multi-million-dollar company or have a little chateau in southern France or something like that, people are really excited and really value that kind of dream. And yet, when I've told people in the past years gone by, my dream is just to wander around with as little as possible around Asia and sort of just live on a day-to-day basis, enjoying interactions in the streets. And they sort of give you a bit of a quizzical look. And so why would you aspire to do that? Why would you sort of want that as your dream? The reality is it doesn't affect me at all. It's like, Ben, my good friend Ben, I hope you'll excuse me for using your line here, but when people criticise me about my choices and my aspirations or whatever, it's a bit like, you know, you're sitting in your house and some random stranger comes up and knocks on your door, you open the door and he just lambasts you with how he hates your garden, he doesn't like your flowers, and like it's pointless. There's absolutely, knock yourself out, fill your boots, you know, like. So yeah, I think it's a little bit unfortunate sometimes when society or people attach their own value to something when it's the other person's aspiration or dream. It's ridiculous. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever when people are conveying these judgments. I think it's more about them than the person they're criticising, hey? I know I've mentioned it before, so excuse me for repeating myself, but I think it's relevant and it's important to say it again. It's in relation to end-of-life studies. There are end-of-life studies that are conducted with people who are terminally ill, and one of the sections or surveys of that is, I'll get away from the music, is the regrets that people have in life, and no one says that they wish they'd had more money, more material values, they worked harder or whatever. A lot of people say they wish they'd followed their passions, they wish they'd followed their dreams, they wish they'd developed stronger relationships with people and travelled more. But so I think we have to be careful to not get to the end of life and have that regret that we didn't pull the trigger and go after that thing that we really want to do.
I've met people who did everything right, worked hard, saved diligently, waited patiently, and then life threw them something that they didn't plan for. Health issues, family responsibilities, circumstances that made travel or any big change suddenly complicated or impossible. Not to be dramatic, but that's reality. Time doesn't negotiate. And here's something worth thinking about. If nothing changes, if you keep doing exactly what you're doing now, where does that lead? Not in theory, in reality. 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Same routine, same habits, same conversations. Is that enough? For some people, yeah, it is. But if you're even asking the question, there's probably a part of you that already knows the answer. This isn't about chasing some perfect Instagram version of life. It's about feeling like you're actually in it, present, engaged, curious. Not just going through the motions. And travel, whether it be across the world or just a few hours away, has a way of waking that part of you up again. It reminds you that there's more out there, more ways to live, more ways to think, more versions of yourself that you haven't met yet. So why do most people wait too long? Because waiting feels safe. It feels responsible. It feels like you're doing the right thing. But safety and fulfillment aren't always the same things. And responsibility taken too far can quietly turn into regret. At some point, you've got to ask yourself a simple question. Not what's the perfect plan, not what if it goes wrong, just this. What am I actually waiting for? A number in your bank account? A feeling of certainty? Someone else's approval? Because here's the thing. No one's coming to tap you on the shoulder and say, all right, you're good to go now. That permission, you give it to yourself.
I'm really fortunate that a lady by the name of Lee stopped and had a casual chat with me on the footpath, and also been kind enough to let me ask her some questions. Firstly, Lee, thank you so much for having a strange man take you down a dark alley.
Yes.
That's very brave.
Well, it's a first for me.
In your experience, have you fulfilled those things that you wanted to do, and how did you go about that?
Good question, which is always the way to answer that. Let's say I'm turning 80 this year, and I have a lovely family, and I've travelled quite well. My only regret is financially I can't travel as far as I'd like to now, which is the only dream that perhaps I haven't been able to achieve in this sort of time of my life. But otherwise, I've had a good life. Mm-hmm. I'm happy. I know where I'm at with me. I like people. I like looking at things. I had a very solid childhood, a very unusual start to life, but that was how life goes. But when I look at my family, I'd say that both of them have had certain dreams, and things have been in their life that hasn't enabled them to follow those dreams. So sometimes you don't have control of things.
Do you see anything or want any change in the next 5 years?
What, globally?
For you? Well, no, just for yourself.
Yeah, don't go.
Well, let's not.
I've always loved the ocean, and I haven't been able to live by the ocean. So that would be my grandiose goal, which can't see it happening, but I do dip my toes in the ocean. So I have to take that as maybe a blessing that I can still do.
Sure. Lee, thank you so much. You've been very patient. You've been very brave to come down an alley too.
Yeah.
It's getting a little later in the day, and I need to get out of the city because I'm going to meet a guy tonight who started chasing his dreams from a very young age. Tonight I'm meeting musician buddy of mine, Michael Vdelli, who's one of the best guitarists Perth has ever produced. He's playing a gig tonight, and he's still releasing his music well into his 50s. Most people can't do what he's done. Not many people can keep putting themselves out there year after year. Certainly not chasing something with the same passion and enthusiasm they had 4 decades earlier when it all began. But here he is, and that says a lot about Michael. I've known him a long time, long enough to have seen the different versions of him. Young and reckless, a bit lost at times, figuring things out like the rest of us, and finally, the guy who arrived. And through it all, there was always his music. Michael had a passion early in life, and everything else came second. Not many people have that courage and conviction. It takes courage to follow your dreams, especially from a young age. We all have them, of course. We might ignore them, we might bury them under the responsibility, routine and practicality of life, but they don't disappear.
They just hang in the back of your mind, telling you it won't be long, just a little longer. But often we delay them, comforting ourselves with, I'll start next year. I just need to save a bit more money. Once things settle down for me, the reasons for putting off your dreams can be countless. I don't think many of us realise there will come a point towards the end of our life where we'll look back on what we did, what we wanted to do, and what we accomplished. And I feel for some of us, that's not going to be very comfortable. There's going to be some regret, there's going to be some annoyance, there's going to be some frustration that you didn't step out and pursue the things that you thought might truly make you happy.
Michael, good to see you again, mate.
Good to see you, Mossy. Yeah.
Michael, you are one of the people that I admire, look up to, along with many other people, for the simple reason that you kind of had options early in life. You could have been a professional football player, you were a good rower, there were many avenues open to you. At what age did you realise that you had to go down this creative path?
15.
15?
Yeah.
You knew it that early?
Well, I started playing at 14, and then I loved it. I love everything about it. I love setting up the gear, I love writing the set list, I love writing songs, I love recording, I love playing live, I love it. And my dad was in it, so I grew up around it, and I just want to be in it. I love it, and I still love it.
You're playing with a different crew, dare I say it, a younger crew.
Yeah.
Is the writing process and the music process somewhat easier or more difficult?
Well, it's different. I mean, every project's different, but this one more so because I haven't written with these guys before. They're their own band, so they've got a certain way of working, and I'm kind of like, I've just opened myself up to putting myself sort of out of my comfort zone and trying working in with those guys. But the creative process has been positive because there's been, there's no ego involved, and everyone's working towards the song, and no one's precious with their ideas, and so it's a very free-flowing creative process where everyone feels you don't feel nervous about putting your ideas forward. Oh, if they don't like my
It's
idea,
an inclusive process.
It's an inclusive process, and everyone's genuinely about the song, which is just fantastic.
I think many people have to agree probably one of the most difficult components of being as a band is the dynamic, like that's one of the struggles that bands have. They struggle to stay together, they struggle to get stuff out because there is this internal conflict, But
I think part of that is whether if someone emerges in the band as the strong songwriter, then that person probably wants to go their own way. Whereas in this band, as it is at the moment, because it's a collaboration, and it's kind of on a song by song basis, like let's get in and write a song, great, and we're recording, and because the guys are good players, it's not stressful. Often the band will break up in the studio because someone will be exposed for not quite being up to it. That happens especially early on when you're all mates and that, and one of the guys probably isn't quite cutting it, but he's your buddy and all that. Whereas sort of now where we're at with the band, everyone's in it because they're reasonably good musicians, and so the recording process is not as nasty.
Stressful. yeah. I haven't seen you for a couple of years now. Coming tonight, there's a vibrancy, there's a healthiness, there's been a change in your life. Do you going forward from here, how do you see your life different to perhaps what it was 5 years ago?
Oh, I don't wake up in the morning and want to write myself off. That's the first major thing. I've dealt with a lot of issues I didn't even know I had. And which led to, abusing alcohol and everything else, and basically being off the planet most of the time, somehow functioning. But due to a couple of pretty heavy situations, I was kind of forced to look at some things, and you get to a fork in the road where you either deal with them or just continue and cycle back. And I decided to keep going, and sort of made it through the other side, and I feel a lot better for it. I understand myself.
You look different. Like there's a different thing about you, if I could make that observation. And it's only my opinion, of course. But
I feel like myself. I feel like how I should feel, unencumbered and unhindered and clear-eyed. It's quite confronting at first, especially performing. Everything's clear. Like, you look at it, ready to go, how long has this been going on for?
Has everyone been watching me like this for the last 40 years?
So, yeah, it took a good dozen or so gigs before I could recalibrate. But, yeah, now it's cool.
Looking forward to the gig.
Thanks.
Can't wait to hear the new tunes. Really excited about being here. Thanks for giving us some of your valuable time.
You look good yourself.
Thank you, man. Well, I think that just about brings this one to an end. As always, thanks very much for coming along for the ride. I hope you're well and happy in life and doing the things you want to do. We'll see you soon.